9-6, 900, 693. We're outside of Melbourne, 13-13-32. Our open line for Nick Theodosi Prestige Cars in North Melbourne. The lines are open for the next half an hour before Rex Hunt's Footy Nightline for the winners. 3 goals each to James Stewart and Cale Hooker. 2 each to Joe Danaher and Josh Green. Both of Green's goals in the final term. Singles to McGrath, Bell Chambers, Goddard and Begley. While for the Crows, 2 each to Jenkins, Gibbs and Fogarty on debut. And singles to Greenwood, Hampton, Douglas, Ellis Yeoman, McGovern and Murphy. Tony Shaw and Matthew Lloyd to run the rule over an amazing Friday night encounter in round 1.
Well done. One player down on the bench, of course, and they had 20-8 inside 50s in the last quarter, so a total dominance there. I thought their midfield with their leaders, the older gut brigade, were fantastic. Goddard, Heppel, Zaharakis, just the way and also Hurley at the end. He was pretty quiet up to 3/4 time, but they just couldn't get the ball through the centre of the ground, Adelaide, in the end. Maybe run out of legs. They had a lot of good players out of this side, so they'll only improve on that with Crouch, Walker, Cameron Lever, Smith. Lever out, and also Cameron left the side, the team. So those missing players really hurt them, and with Smith injured, of course, it really hurts their run-off halfback. But great win by the Bombers. I thought they were gone. 20 minutes, 20 points down, in the start of that last quarter. And when I'm trying to think, I think it was Yeoman kicked that goal. I thought, well, to get to that 20 again, because they kicked 2 quickies, that was it. But geez, that was a gutsy win. Again, I say most of the senior players, Lordy, I thought were fantastic in the crunch right near the end. And blokes like McGrath, he's going to be a good player. He's come out of the back half, goes in the midfield now. And they had a lot of players who were down on the night. So, really gutsy win for the Bombers.
It was, Shorey, and I was wondering, through periods of it, what's going to change about the Bombers? Can they win a tough game? And they answered that emphatically in that last quarter. I thought there was 2 clearances from Zaharakis that turned the game. Obviously some big moments from Hooker, deep inside 50. James Stewart showed some great signs. Heppel's leadership. And unfortunately for Adelaide, the game was there for them and they just ran out of legs. Bombers were too fit in the end, too quick on the outside, and that was a brave win.
Give us some key numbers from the final quarter. And as you said, Zaharakis, some of his clearance work right throughout the night, but emphatic with some of his clearances in that final term.
Yeah, Shorey just said that stat there. 21-8 inside 50s from the Bombers. 6 goals, 5 to 1 goal, 3. Dominated possession. Look at marks. Their run, their spread, 26-7 marks. So they just created easier ball for each other. There was an even spread. Zaharakis 8 disposals, but 4 inside 50s. Heppel 8, 3 inside 50s. Hurley dominated the back half. Sard only had 3, but just a big tick for him.
Job.
What he did on Eddie Betts tonight, and obviously Brendan Goddard 7 disposal, and what a huge goal that was in the last quarter. Shorey.
I thought Goddard was good all night, and the work of Heppel and Goddard off that half-back line going in forward. And they had a lot of improvement. Tip and Woody lifted. They all lifted in the end. I think they looked a bit fitter, a lot faster in that last quarter. We knew they had speed before the start of the game. But, to Adelaide's credit, and they were good. They were good with a lot of good players out of this team. They came over here and nearly, stole a win against the Bombers, but not to be.
9-6, 900, 693. Would love to hear from Essendon fans or outside of Melbourne. 13-13-32. That's our open line for Nick Theodosi Prestige Cars in Arden Street, North Melbourne. 9-6, 900, 693. Would love to hear from Bomber fans after one of their most famous opening round victories. And for the Crows, well, they dropped the season opener. There's going to be scrutiny on key midfielder Richard Douglas for that bump which took Zach Merritt out of the game. Curtly Hampton off injured with what we believe to be an adductor or groin issue, and already so many key players out, and possibly only Tex Walker coming back next Thursday when they host their conquerors in last year's grand final. Richmond at the Adelaide Oval next Thursday night to kick off the Easter round.
Yeah, it's brutal. You make a grand final, a lot of guys get a later start, so the Bombers might have had 3 weeks extra training on them, and so that's where sometimes if you've made the grand final, you just got to tick off a few wins, even if you're not playing your best footy. But the Bombers I wouldn't say they pinched one, but Adelaide will rue this loss.
Let's get down to Nat Edwards in the jubilant Essendon rooms.
Yeah, the boys just making their way into the room here to sing the song, of course, the first time for Devon Smith, Adam Sard and Jake Stringer. The first games for the club. They'll be in the middle in the famous Gatorade or perhaps water shower. The water in the Gatorade is already flying. Here we go. So the Bombers there extremely happy. The first win of the 2018 season. And as you can imagine, they're very, very pleased. And Devon Smith, Adam Sard and Jake Stringer totally drenched there after a lovely water shower.
Good on you, Nat. We'll get back down to Nat Edwards in the rooms. We believe Adam Sard might be joining her in just a moment or two. A 12-point victory to Essendon tonight, 14-15-99 to Adelaide, 12-15-87, courtesy of a 6-goal-to-1 final term. The season opener last night, it was Richmond by 26 points. And we have 4 games for decision tomorrow, as well as the AFLW Grand Final kicking off the day at Princes Park, or Icon Park. St Kilda Brisbane in the men's from Etihad Stadium here at 3:35. Port Fremantle, Gold Coast North and Hawthorn Collingwood. Saints and the Lions and the Hawks and the Magpies, our 2 games for broadcast on 3AW football. So it does answer a few questions for you, Lloydie, in terms of, as you've often said in the last couple of years, just one of those gritty, tough, come-from-behind wins which are such character builders for a playing group.
Yeah, they are, and I thought that in past years, Beaver.
Actually, you'll have to hold it there, Lloydie, because Adam Sard, his first game in red and black, has turned out to be a triumphant one. He's standing next to Nat Edwards.
He is indeed just wiping himself off with the towel. How was the Gatorade shower there?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty cold. I just need to go have a shower and, yeah, style my hair again.
Now, your first official game for the Bombers, the coach comes to you and says, you're going to play on Eddie Betts, you keep him goalless. What was your reaction when you were set that task?
Yeah, I love a challenge. I just wanted to play my role for the team, and I did it to the best of my ability, and it's just amazing to get my first win on my first game, so it's just unbelievable.
Hey Adam, congratulations. Matthew Lloyd here. You should be so proud of your performance. I know you've had a lot more ball in other games, just 12 disposals, but the role you played, you're cramping towards the end of the game, but you marked late. You must have been ecstatic, as tired as you were with your role you played on Betts tonight.
Yeah, the Woosher and Mark Harvey came to me during the week just to play on Betts, and like I said before, I just wanted to play my role for the team and gain the respect of my teammates, but yeah, I started cramping in the third quarter and in that last 5 minutes of the last, and I was struggling to walk, but yeah, like I said, unbelievable to get the win.
Shorey and I up here were thinking maybe they need to release you at some stage because of the lack of run at times from the Bombers through 3 quarters of it. Was that discussed with you at all, or were you always going to stay on Betts?
No, I was always going to stay on Betts. We got runners down there. We got BJ, we got Connor McKenna and Hurley as well. We just needed to be a bit tidier when we going forward and with our skills and stuff, but yeah, we'll work on that on the track and come back next week.
Well done, Adam. Just you talked about BJ. I thought Brendan and your captain Dyson Heppel, fantastic, just rolling into the back half, going into the midfield and swapping out. Just their kicking ability out there is pretty important to the group.
Yeah, it's just their experience as well. Heppel's unbelievable through the midfield, and just BJ down back with his experience and just setting everyone up. And yeah, like you said, his foot skills was really good today. I think he kicked the goal at a crucial time. So yeah, I'm just trying to feed off him, and yeah, he was unbelievable today as well.
How do you work to build up for a game against a bloke like Eddie Betts? Did you look at a lot of videos on him, or you played on him before probably, but maybe not as much as that in a whole game?
Yeah, I've played on him a couple of times on the Gold Coast, so I know how he plays, but yeah, it's the same thing I do every week. Watch some vision during the week, see what his strengths are and where I can expose him. But like I said, I just wanted to play my role for the team and do it to the best of my ability, and yeah, just try to get the win.
Hey Adam, have you ever played in an atmosphere like that? Would that be the biggest crowd you've ever played in front of?
Yeah, there was 43,000. That was unbelievable. It sounded like there was 70, but I've never played in front of that much. But the Bomber faithful were unbelievable today as well, and I just can't wait to play next week as well. I'm just so excited.
How hot was it out there tonight, Adam? I mean, the temperature hovered around the mid-20s all evening. A rare premiership game with the roof open here. Was there any air getting down to ground level?
Oh, there was a bit of air. It was just really humid. I'm kind of used to being on the Gold Coast, but yeah, it started cooling down towards the second half. But yeah, the boys adjusted really well.
Hey Adam, is it nights like tonight you made that exact reason to come to the Essendon Football Club to play in big games like this?
Oh, that was one of the reasons. You can't play at Etihad round one, and there's 43,000 in front of the home crowd. And like I said, it's just really good to get the win, and yeah, hopefully looking forward to the games to come.
And just a final one on a light-hearted note, your locker's next to a guy called Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody. Have you two had a race yet to see who's actually the quicker?
No, not yet. We might have it probably towards the end of the year, but he's really quick as well. So yeah, I'll let you know who wins at the end of the year.
Adam, did you realise your previous 8 games for the Gold Coast Suns were all losses? So it's been a long time between drinks for you.
Yeah, I had no idea, but yeah, it feels good to get the win.
Well done.
Enjoy the victory, enjoy the weekend, and good luck next weekend, Easter Saturday against Fremantle at the new stadium in Perth.
Thank you very much.
Adam Sard joining us there, and it's his 50th senior game next Saturday night against the Dockers in Perth. We will take a break. We can take some calls on the other side of the break, and the Rain and Horn player of the game votes when it comes to all facets of real estate. Think Rain and Horn, and I think it's Matthew Lloyd with the honours tonight, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Nat Edwards with the injury report. And plenty more still to come before we hand over to Big Rexy back at 3RW Towers with his footy open line for Tobin Brothers. Essendon by 12 points tonight, 14-15-99 to Adelaide 12-15-87 in front of a crowd of just over 43,000. For McDonald's, 3RW is football.
This is the 2018 Toyota AFL Premiership season. This quarter brought to you by Collins House. For independent financial advice, go to collinshouse.com.
For the last 20 years, I've had the same healthcare policy. Recently, I found out I've been paying for natural therapies. So now, I'm using it. Apparently, my Shaka, or my Shakira, whatever it is, needs restoring. Can you believe it?
Shh. Namaste, quiet.
Oh, sorry.
Act your age, not your policy. Make this simple switch with NIB. Call 133055 today. Health cover, how it should be. That's NIB.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. This week only at National Tiles, save up to $28 per metre on genuine European terrazzo floor tiles. Yes, this week only at National Tiles, save up to $28 per metre on genuine European terrazzo floor tiles. Available for immediate free delivery with National Tiles' exclusive 100% money-back guarantee. Buy in-store or online at nationaltiles.com.au now. Conditions apply.
Hey, you up there? It's your heartburn talking to you. Wake up. We're not happy down here. Okay, you asked for it.
Don't let frequent heartburn spoil the moment. Nexium 24-Hour provides clinically proven relief from frequent heartburn to help you get a more peaceful night's sleep. Nexium 24-Hour once daily dosing, only available in pharmacies. Always read the label. Use only as directed. If symptoms persist, consult your healthcare professional. Your pharmacist's advice is required.
George Wakefield here from Mattress Builders. Are you sleeping on something that looks and feels more like a hammock and less like that mattress you spent good money on not too long ago? We specialise in medium and firm back support mattresses, a lot of them designed to flip and turn for longevity. We're open 7 days at 339 Warrigal Road, Cheltenham, so come and see Mattress Builders and save your back and your money. mattressbuilders.com.au, mattresses made in Melbourne.
It's easy to love your local IGA. I know I do. The people, the local products, the great service. And now, IGA stores are bringing you low prices every day on the things you need. What have you got for us today, Jules?
Lilydale free-range bulk chicken breast fillets, $13.99 per kilo. And Western Star spreadable 375-gram varieties, just $4 each.
Low prices every day at IGA. That's the spirit.
Participating stores only. See website for details.
Beautiful! The Carole King musical has opened at Her Majesty's Theatre, with 3AW calling it the show of the decade. Beautiful Shuffle is a guaranteed great night out with one hell of a song catalogue. With over 30 hit records from one of the great songwriting eras, including You've Lost That Loving Feeling, Natural Woman, I Feel the Earth Move and many more. New tickets have just been released. Book now.
Want unlimited home internet with Vodafone NBN? Plus a huge 35 gigs of total mobile data for just $115 a month? Switch to Vodafone, combine your home internet with a SIM-only plan, and take home a huge saving of $360. The future's exciting with Vodafone. Ready? Ends 27 March. Includes 21 gig bonus mobile data, $5 off the $50 SIM-only plan, and $25 off our NBN Essentials Plus plan. Min cost $2,280 over 24 months. Data and Oz, fair use policy and T's and C's apply.
Caught to 11 on a Friday night. Tonight the Bombers have beaten Adelaide by 12 points, 14-15, 99 to 12-15, 87. Matthew Lloyd, Tony Shaw and Bruce Eva up in the commentary box. Down in the Essendon rooms, Nat Edwards is with a very special guest, the former French superstar and world number 5, Henri Leconte. I don't think it's January, so I'm not sure what he's doing here in Australia. Nat, take it away.
I know, I'm a massive tennis fan, and I caught the lift down to the Essendon rooms with him, and I was very surprised. Henri, your first AFL match?
The first AFL match, yes. Lloyd, it's just what I'm doing in Australia. I love Australia. I feel like Aussie, mate. That's why I'm here, Lloyd. What are you talking about? I just love it, you know. And the first time I'm here, the first time I'm seeing, AFL match, it's just unbelievable. I have to tell you, tennis players are fit, but these guys, they're just running all over the place. They're so strong, so quick. It was a great match. I'm very happy to be here today.
Henri, Lloydie here. How do you reckon you would have gone playing AFL footy? What position do you reckon you would have played?
Everywhere. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. So I just want to go for the goal all the time and try to catch the ball and be as quick as possible. And also you have to learn about the tactics and stuff like that. But it's, for a French guy just coming to Australia and to understand the rules and everything, it takes quite a long time to understand it between you and me. But the next time you should play with me. Okay? Footy or tennis?
I think tennis, I think.
Yeah.
bring a lot of friends with you.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. And also, who's brought you out here? In terms of how did it come that you are at this game with the Essendon Footy Club?
It's just I just saw just to learn a little bit about the footy and stuff. I was watching the final of last year, and Adelaide lost in the final, but then it's Essendon just came back at the end. That they are so strong. It's just a matter to be able to produce a game like that and to be so strong at the end, because you need strength, you need power, you need a lot of and also you have to be very smart. So it's a lovely game. I love it.
Henri, is there any hope for Bernard Tomic?
Hello, anybody home? For Bernard Tomic, I'm telling you, he needs to be fitter, he needs to be stronger, he needs to understand the game, and he needs to just, to be back to reality and just to enjoy it live. And, it's just a matter, sometimes you're losing a little bit, but then I really hope he could come back because he's so talented. Sometimes you can say crazy things, I did when I was playing tennis, but what we all think about it is just we hope he will come back and then he find his way.
Well, we hope you enjoy your latest stay out here in Australia. Would you be so kind to say for us, 3AW is football?
3AW is football, mate.
Good on you, Henri.
Good on you, mate.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thanks.
Henri Leconte, the former world number 5, the French superstar, one of the most entertaining tennis players we've ever seen. He's down in the Essendon rooms. I'm not sure, could you go across the Adelaide rooms and find Leighton Hewitt or someone? we might just, what is going on tonight? It's a crazy opening round. It is time now for the vote. We should have got Henri to give the votes. That would have been entertaining. The Rain and Horn player of the game when it comes to all facets of real estate. Think Rain and Horn. In fact, we should have got Henri to have a chat to Rex. That would have really been entertaining. Lloydie, it's time for the votes.
The Rain and Horn votes for tonight. One vote I've given to Adam Sard for his job on Eddie Betts. Didn't have a lot of the ball, but when you keep Betts goalless, well, you deserve a vote. I've given 2 votes to Cale Hooker just because of his last quarter and his aerial ability. I thought he kicked 2 himself and set up 1. So 15 disposals, 9 marks, 3 goals, 1 for Hooker. I've given 3 votes to the Adelaide best player, Bryce Gibbs, 35 disposals, 7 marks 8 inside 50s and 2 goals. And then the 4 and 5 go to the 2 most dominant midfielders who won the game for Essendon. Dyson Heppel, he's had 35 disposals, 9 inside 50s. And then 5 votes, Zaharakis, his run and carry and his last quarter. 2 clearances when Essendon looked in trouble, 20 points down. He's had 35, 5 clearances, 8 inside 50s. He was our best on ground.
Brilliant game from David Zaharakis. Gets the maximum votes for the Rain and Horn player of the game.
I reckon Rex would go all right with Andre, because Rex said when he walked around Europe, when he went overseas, everybody recognised him as the fisherman. Yeah, they did. Yeah, okay. So Andre would know him. I reckon he'd know him.
Even at Roland Garros?
Yeah.
Of course. Let's go back down
Just
to the
fish.
It is time for the injury report for Morris Blackburn Lawyers, championing the rights of everyday Australians. Let's get back down to Nat.
Yes, guys, just a couple of updates on some injuries. Obviously, we know that Zach Merritt was out of the game very, very early after copping. Well, we weren't not actually sure if he actually copped a knock to his head, but he's had 3 issues with concussion in the past 8 weeks, and the Bombers taking a conservative approach, as you do, with the head, and basically ending his night prematurely. So he spent most of the game on the bench, unfortunately. He seems to be all right here in the rooms, walking around. Now, the other injury concern is for the Adelaide Crows with Curtly Hampton. He injured his adductor and spent the final quarter on the bench with it all iced up. We'll have to wait and see how he goes with that one and wait for an injury update, I guess, from the Crows this week, but I assume he'll have scans on that. In terms of anything else, there's not too much to report down here, just the regular ice on a few fatigued body parts, but all good.
Good on you, Nat. Great work tonight. That was the injury report for Morris Blackburn Lawyers, championing the rights of everyday Australians. He doesn't have much luck with his body, Curtly Hampton. It was just his 61st senior game tonight across the Giants and now the Crows, just his 10th for the Crows. He's just turned 25, just 61 games, and he's had injury after injury. We do need to take our final break. We'll cross to Rex on the other side of this. Some more analysis from Lloydie and Shorey, and we'll look ahead to what is going to be a huge weekend, not just in the footy. Of course, it's Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park on Sunday. We'll give you an update from the cricket as well, and plenty more. For McDonald's, 3AW is football.
3AW is football, mate.
What's the best thing to spread at breakfast? A decent rumour. The Rumour File, weekdays at 7, only on 3AW Breakfast.
We told our kids that we used to drink straight from the hose when we were young. You should have seen their faces. We're tougher than they think we are. We're not invincible, though. We got funeral insurance the other day.
Choose Apia Funeral Insurance. Visit us today at apia.com.au. Apia, Australia's leading over 50s insurance specialists.
Issued by Suncorp Life and Superannuation Limited. General advice only. Consider your own needs and the PDS available at apia.com.au before buying.
Before you make an international money transfer, think first. World First. With great exchange rates and no fees, World First currency transfers are up to 7 times cheaper than the Big 4 banks. They even have a CanStar 5-star rating for outstanding value and customer service, business or personal. See how much you can save at worldfirst.com.au. World First Foreign Exchange. Product disclosure statement and full terms and conditions at worldfirst.com.au.
Diet plans can be really difficult to stick to. What helps is wholesome, nutritious food that takes the guesswork out of weight loss. Here's weight loss surgeon Jeff Draper from Be Fit Food.
Our food was designed by a weight loss surgeon and a dietitian to a strict scientific formula. All our meals are high in protein and low in carbs and calories and made from real whole food. Our programs are ideal for diabetics and especially designed for healthy, rapid weight loss. No bars or shakes. We will send you your favourite meals from our menu and the right number of portions to hit your goal. We make the food ourselves from whole, real, fresh, nutritious food, and it's really yummy. It's like the missing link between the advice from the doctor or dietitian and actually eating well. We have a team of dietitians ready and available to help you if you need.
Take the guesswork out of weight loss with properly built meals. BeFitFood.com.au. Take the ferry from Geelong. Cruise the maiden voyages from Geelong to Melbourne and sail to the Geelong Cats footy games at the MCG. Book your return seats now at portphillipferries.com.au.
Shots Home Emporium Spend and Save Sale. The more you spend, the more you save.
It's back.
Save up to 40% off Australia's greatest home collections of handcrafted reclaimed timber tables and sumptuous vintage leather furniture. Over 1,000 incredible lighting pendants on display and massive savings throughout the store.
Spend and save up to 40% at Shots Home Emporium, Clifton Hill, Geelong, or shots.com.au.
Shots Home Emporium.
Conditions apply.
IGA has sweet savings across the store this Easter, like Coca-Cola and Lift 1.25 litre varieties, only $1.42. That's half price. Great savings every day this Easter at IGA. That's the spirit. Offer ends March 27. Excludes IGA Express. See website for details.
5 minutes to 11, and we never have to start Rex Hunt up because he's permanently in overdrive. We're heading to 3AW Towers now because after 11 o'clock, Big Rexy with his footy open line for Tobin Brothers. Come in, big fella.
Yes, thank you very much. Henry Leconte, magnificent Frenchman. And I tell you what, I only know a couple of things in French. I know that king in French, or Rex in French means king, and poisson. And the other one is derriere, and we'll leave it for that. But I tell you what, he was probably unlucky, gentleman and lady down there, because when he was number 5 in the world, Henry, I tell you what, he was up against some of the all-time greats. So he was a pretty fair player. Was he a southpaw?
He was.
Yeah.
He's a lefty. Yep.
And you know, just like cricket and just like baseball or football, he seemed to have the wood over certain players, but that's great. Talking about the wood, we're going to talk tonight about that magnificent comeback in 1993 in the preliminary final when Essendon came from behind, not as much as tonight, and I thought they were gone. I agreed with Tony Shaw. I reckon they were gone. But great effort, although Walker and Lynch would have made a difference. And good luck to Josh Jenkins, who came back. But Paul Salmon is going to tell us, being 42 points down at three-quarter time in the 93 preliminary final, they got up, and of course they defeated Adelaide. And also we'll go out to the break with that big shootout that year. 24 goals between two blokes, one G. Ablett and one P. Salmon. It should be a great show. And just on a serious note, Beaver, the number 96900 693 out of town, 13-13-32. We did a lot of damage to the brand last night because we had 15 callers and 14 of them were quite educated. So let's get down and let's get rocking. Give us a call if you're going to go and polish your weapon or go out on the town or you're going to, you know, abuse me. Give us a call. Or if you're a Collingwood supporter, ring up and tell me how bad Tony Shaw was. See you later, boys and girl.
Good on you, Rex. Rex Hunt with his footy night line and the footy open line. And it's
Were we on the air then?
Yeah, I think so.
I was just practicing. I thought we were pre-recording that. Okay, coming up after the news, Father Gerard Dowling. Tell him all your problems. He'll fix them.
Rex Hunt will be with us after 11 o'clock. Don't you change that dial, folks. Big Rexy 96900 693 are outside of Melbourne, 13-13-32 with Paul Salmon. He's a very special guest, and it is coming up the 25th anniversary of that amazing shootout at the MCG. 14 goals to G. Ablett, 10 goals to Paul Salmon in one of the most incredible games we've seen in the colour television era. That takes us out from Etihad Stadium tonight. 3AW footy back tomorrow from midday. Saints and the Lions, followed by the Hawks and the Magpies. This is the way we saw the Bombers come from behind victory over the Crows. They prevailed 14-15-99 to 12-15-87 for McDonald's. 3AW is football.
Gibbs has got a couple. Ball knocked down to McGovern. 40 out. Spins. Left. Kicks. Goals. Hindsight 50. Danaher has taken a monster.
Richard Douglas. The snap across the left shoulder is magnificent.
Greenwood crumbs it. Bends it around with the outside of the boot and kicks. An absolute special.
Handball to Josh Green, who bounces it home. Bombers get the first of the last.
Chance for Goddard. He bends it around the body. Brilliant, Goddard. Absolutely brilliant. Turn the clock back. Hooker has the game in his hands. They'll go crazy. Begley blasts it, bounces it, goes it. Begley, have you ever kicked a bigger goal?
And the siren will go, and the Bombers have recorded a famous come from behind victory.
See the Bombers fly up to win the premiership flag. Our boys who play this kind of game are always striving for glory and fame. See the Bombers fly up. We are the teams they don't fear.
is football.